Welcome to the Friday Night Lights preview show, sponsored by Vitale Wealth Management.
Hey everyone, and welcome to our Friday Night Lights preview show. And man, it's hard to believe we're less than 24 hours away from kickoff.
That's right, Mark. You can just feel the excitement in the air. Now tonight we're going to preview over 30 local teams.
In addition to that, we'll announce our game of the week, plus we'll look at our slate of week 1 matchups we'll be getting to tomorrow night.
Certainly a jam-packed show, so let's get right after it. We'll start with our 3 defending state champions. Cole?
First will be the reigning Division 4 state champions, Goodrich, where it felt a little bit like Christmas for the Martians, who celebrated the first day of full pads at midnight with a couple weeks ago with the holiday theme. Players came to practice their pajama pants on while the community showed their spirit, decorating the field and wearing their best Christmas gear. As Goodrich gets ready to defend their title, they know they have a target on their back, but are ready for any challenge.
You have to get back out and earn your stripes. We're probably circled on a lot of schools' calendars, and we wouldn't have it any other way. So they realize that, and since January, they've been busting their humps.
We just got to set the example day by day. We've had 45 guys showing up at 6 a.m. in the morning every day, so it's really just setting the example for them as the seniors, for them to show up and keep on going.
We're going to be dominant. I know we are, because we've worked so hard to the point like where it's just like there's no other question, but we're going to be dominant. I just know it.
Now to the Division 8 champs, Beal City. The Aggies went 12-2 overall and dominated in the title game 43-14 to secure their first state championship since 2009. The goal for this season, run it back. Beal City returns 18 players from last year's team, and they understand that in order to remain at the top of Division 8, it takes playing hard-nosed, physical football. The road back to Ford Field is underway, and the Aggies will look to start off hot in Week 1 against Ravenna.
You know, last year after the state championship, we all came home, celebrated, but they were pretty adamant that we had to step up as leaders and perform, and just keep the tradition going of winning.
We all believed in each other last year, and we all knew that we had something special that year, and took us all the way because we all believed in each other and we knew we were a family, and I think it should carry on to this year.
I think everybody's ready to go. I mean, you know, last year was great, but last year was last year. So it's the good thing with us is our expectation is to get to Ford Field every year. That's what our goal is.
Now let's transition to the reigning Division 7 state champions, Millington, who went undefeated last season. Even though the Cardinals have 13 seniors returning, only 2 starters are back on both sides of the ball. With the state title, Millington has been in the playoffs 21 straight years and know they have a target on their back, even though opponents are doubting this team.
A lot of people are doubting them because they're saying, you know, you lost this player from last year's team, this player, and like I said, we did. So they're out to prove people wrong. You know, they've got a chip on their shoulder. We know there's going to be a giant bullseye on our back, and hopefully we're ready for it.
It shows that people, you know, are out for us and want to beat us, but, you know, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry to tell them it's not going to happen. We're just too good of a team.
Well, let's switch over to the Saginaw Valley League and zone in on a team that has a ton of talent ready to avenge an early playoff loss. It's my hometown team. It's the Davison Cardinals. Now, last year, the Cardinals fell just short of the SVL South title, finishing 7-3 with a tough first-round exit to Oxford. Davison enters this season hungry, and the Cardinals have 22 seniors this year with 6 returners on both sides of the ball. Senior quarterback Jackson Dodge is looking to build off of his SVL MVP season, and Notre Dame commit Ben Nichols is looking to continue to lead the way up front. Davison will have a first ever matchup against Roseville in Week 1, and will look to start off the year with a bang.
All gas, no brakes for sure. You know, we ain't stepping off nobody's throats. So, you know, if we play you, be ready.
We're going to be tough and nasty, and we're going to be more aggressive than you, and we're going to win.
Just old school junkyard dog mentality. You know, we've got tough physical kids. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, we got the Jacksons going to Western and Ben's going to Notre Dame, but we have a lot of key team guys, and toughness is our biggest thing.
Over now to Saginaw to take a look at Heritage. The Hawks are coming off of an 8-4 season, which saw the team hoist a second straight district championship trophy. Heritage is still looking for their first regional title, a game they've made it to the last 2 seasons. The Hawks know the pain of defeat, and the players who've been there understand that practices leading up to Week 1 set the tone for the rest of the season and beyond.
Coach Salen's built a winning culture here, and
It started with the 2 districts, and now we're going for the regionals, and we've been working for that all summer.
These guys have played in some really important football games. You learn, I think, winning and success is a progression. It takes time, and you got to learn some hard lessons along the way. So we're really excited about the emotional maturity of this group. It's a group with a lot of dudes that have played in some really important football games, and as a result, you expect a lot out of them on August 11th and through the preseason before you even play any games. They've got to focus on and understand the importance of the day-to-day, and like I said, establishing who you're going to be on Friday nights.
Another highly ranked team in the SVL is Grand Blanc. The Bobcats are so excited for this season, they opened up practice with a little madness. At the stroke of midnight on opening day of practice, Grand Blanc took the field to kick off the 2025 season with Midnight Madness as the community came and showed their support. The Bobcats finished last season with a 9-3 overall record, advancing all the way to regionals. This year's squad is returning 5 players on defense and 8 on offense, including star quarterback Jake Morrow. With high expectations this season, the Bobcats are striving on and off the field to make a run.
They know the talent that we have and understand that talent's not always what wins games. It's about the camaraderie, the togetherness of our group, and understanding that, you have to do your job, do your 111th to really win and be successful.
We have 90 to 100% attendance in all of our summer workouts, all of our conditioning. Like, our guys are determined to go far this year, and it's exciting to see.
What makes this team so special this year is our grit, and every day we've been showing up in the weight room, practice, 7-on-7, OTAs, everything. We've all been there, and all as a family.
Now to Saginaw United, where the Phoenix are hungry this season. The team has significantly grown over the last 2 years and enters 2025 with a different mentality. The U believes on any given night they can take down anyone. Saginaw United brought the juice this offseason, and head coach James King is proud of how far his team has come.
All the 7-on-7 and 11-on-11 like camps you can do, nothing add up to this. Pads or no pads, this is where it's at. It's real football. These kids worked their butt off like this summer, honestly. We didn't come out in condition every day, but we did so much football that like they didn't even know they was in condition. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm excited. I ain't gonna lie, like last year was a nervous, this year I'm just excited. Like, I won't lie, like I am excited.
We want to take this time to thank our sponsors for this upcoming high school football season. Our title sponsor, Isabella Bank. Our Game of the Week sponsor, Flint Bishop Airport. Our Play of the Night sponsor, Hurley Medical Center. And our kickoff forecast sponsor, Graph Bay City. We appreciate you and cannot wait to bring you all the action this season on Friday Night Lights.
All right, well, moving over from the SVL South to the North, the Midland Chemics have built a strong foundation with their new head coach. Now they want to push even further. In their first year under new head coach Tyler Wellman, the Chemics brought the SVL North title back to Midland High. The Chemics finished last season 9-2 with an undefeated conference record before falling in the district championship to Heritage. With 20 seniors graduating last year, Midland High has a lot of shoes to fill, but players are stepping up to the challenge. Wellman's culture continues to take shape, and the players feel that they're prepared to defend their SVL crown.
We know we have a good coach, and we know we have a good team and good scheme and stuff, so it's just an added bonus where we can kind of focus on the nitty-gritty details and get better.
Yeah, we've grown a lot with him. The relationship has been there because we've been with him for a year, and then most of us have had him in gym class as a gym teacher, so we've been able to grow that relationship.
Anytime somebody wins the SVL, they're going to have a target on their back because it's an incredible conference with great coaches and players that are hungry. And the same token, too, it's Midland High football, and everybody's always going to get we're always going to get everybody's best shot.
Staying in Midland, last season, a young Dow squad finished with a solid 4-2 conference record, but ended the year 5-5 with a first-round exit to Heritage. Now, the core of this Chargers team is back, and the squad feels they have a chance to take a big step this season. Senior running back Garland Randolph is back from injury, and all SVL second-team quarterback Wind Eagle, he's looking to shine in his junior year. Now, Dow made it clear with the skill that they have, they're ready to make some noise in 2025.
We have a lot of our skill back, and they all kind of had a good offseason together, throwing the ball together, working out together. So we feel really good about what we have, at the skill positions.
I'm excited, being out, sitting out for like 9 months, that really sucks. But I'm excited to really help my team and show out this year.
We just want to win, go out there and do whatever we can to win. I know none of these guys care about their individual stats, and just the main goal out here is to win.
Sticking with the SVL, the Wolves of Bay City Central are wanting to get back to the playoffs for the first time since 2020. This year, they're also celebrating a massive milestone. The Wolves are competing in a season where Ingalls Stadium will be celebrating 100 years. It's been a staple in the community, and on September 19, the school is hoping all alumni, cheerleaders, and players come back to celebrate the century mark. As for the 2025 Bay City Central squad, they're a veteran group with about 20 seniors and want to continue carrying on the tradition at Ingalls Stadium.
I don't know if the kids have noticed it too much yet, but I think they will when the season starts. I have, simply because, I know we've been in meetings and there's committees formed to make sure that we get alumni back and to bring everybody who's been a part of this tradition back into the fold and letting it celebrate with us.
Now let's zone in on Mount Pleasant. The Oilers are coming off of a 6-5 season where they earned a playoff win over Cadillac before falling to Petoskey in the district final round. Head coach Jason McIntyre returns a team that is still young but gained valuable experience in 2024, including an overtime battle against the SVL North champs Midland High. The players are learning the speed of varsity, and they say that they're ready for Heritage Week 1.
We've got great numbers, good depth, one of the larger rosters we've had in years. So we're not super big physically, but I think we have some pretty good speed, and it's a team that's just gonna have to get better week in and week out because we do have, we're a little younger, and we've got guys who got to learn what varsity football is about, which is always a challenge every year to teach.
Well, we had a lot of younger guys, so a lot of guys had to step up. That was a big thing for us. A lot of the learning thing was just physicality stuff and just what varsity football is, the speed of it, and what it is basically just how hard you need to hit people and how hard you need to play.
Now let's head over to the Big Thumb Conference, where Harbor Beach is shaping up to be one of the top teams in Division 8, led by a strong senior class. The champs of the Big Thumb Conference Black finished last year with an 11-1 record, reaching regionals last season. The Pirates are expecting big things this season, as they have 11 seniors returning and a big number of starters back. Harbor Beach looks to use their past knowledge on the field and motivation from last year's loss to push this team even further this season.
I have high expectations for them. I think they have high expectations for themselves, and they've been doing a good job out here at practice, and so I expect everybody will make big improvement from last year, and then we just need to continue to improve each day, and we have a very tough schedule, so we're very excited about the season.
Definitely that loss at the end of the year, that hurt, stuck with us and really motivated this whole off season, and a lot of us got one more shot at this, so we got that sense of urgency and we're ready to go.
Now to the Pirates' arch rival, Ubly. The Bearcats are coming off a 6-4 record last year, and while they were able to extend their playoff streak to 10, would fall in the first round to Harbor Beach. Ubly is also welcoming a new coach this season, as Troy Hilderath is taking over the team. The Bearcats are looking to build off last year's playoff loss as motivation, and that has brought the team closer together.
Good teams make you better, so you get to play a good team, you're obviously going to get better, and works for playoffs. So we just got to keep pushing, play our best ball, and see what we can do.
Right away, it shows you who you are. The kids don't have any breaks. You got to hit the ground running, like I said. It's going to be a tough schedule, and but that's what we want. We want competition. We want our kids to get better every day, and you couldn't ask for any more than that.
Well, now let's head over to the Tri-Valley Conference, to a team that is looking to continue an incredible streak of dominance in the TVC, the Ithaca Yellow Jackets. Last year, Ithaca took home a 16th straight conference title with back-to-back undefeated regular seasons. Now, the Yellow Jackets then lost in a heartbreaker in the district final against Palma Westphalia 17-14. With 10 seniors graduating last year, Ithaca will have just 4 seniors playing this year, while also returning about 7 starters. Now, that small senior group is leading by example and wants to avenge that district loss with a deep run.
I don't doubt our kids' focus or their effort or their preparation going into that game at all. I thought they played hard, but when you're playing good teams, it's not enough just to show up and play hard, and I think that's a lesson that we learned, moving forward. We have to also execute. It's not just enough to show up and play hard.
We're making sure we have player accountability, and if young guys are messing around in the back or not focused, older guys will talk to them. It means a lot more comes from other players and coaches.
There was a lot of little things we did wrong, and we're hoping this year to finish those things up and make sure it doesn't end the same way. I think that loss, it really fueled the fire in those of us that are coming back, and we want to do better.
Over to Nouvelle Catholic Central, where they return a ton of experience this season. The Panthers only lost a total of 6 starters after going 8-1 in the regular season last year before getting knocked off in the playoffs. Nouvelle's 2024 season was the school's best since making the state championship game in 2017. The Panthers are a veteran bunch and hope to use that experience immediately when they take on Sandusky in week 1.
We're excited. We try to let them know that, you know, we're not entitled to anything. Like, we're 0-0, and like, it's 1 week at a time. So, and enjoy the moment, enjoy the process, and let's have a fun year.
Last year, we were kind of probably underdogs coming up as we had some down years before that. But, you know, this year people know we're coming again, and we had kind of have a target on our back. Got a lot of same teams on the schedule as we did last year, so hopefully take care of them again.
Go work out there. Now over to Valley Lutheran. The Chargers achieved a program first last year, and the energy is high for the team going into the 2025 season. Valley Lutheran is coming off of back-to-back winning regular seasons for the first time in school history. On top of that, the Chargers went to the playoffs for the first time in a full season since 2012, and what's scary, Valley Lutheran only graduated 5 players. Tons of starters are returning in 2025 and have high expectations. The Chargers feel like they've improved in the weight room and want to show that on the gridiron.
This year we're a lot tougher than we were last year. I think we're a lot stronger. So toughness and strongness, it comes from the weight room. It comes from hitting people in practice. I think we got a lot better than that. I think we can make a postseason run.
They dedicated themselves in the weight room. And we looked at every single play we had, as a coaching staff, and we said, what are we doing wrong? We knew the kids were good. We wanted to give them a good product to put on the field.
Now to Michigan Lutheran Seminary, where they say they're a lot faster than last year. Recently, the Cardinals did speed trials, and the coaching staff was thoroughly impressed with the team's improvement. MLS's offensive backfield is returning from a season where the Cardinals went 7-4 overall, which includes a playoff win over rival Nouvelle. Michigan Lutheran Seminary is excited for week 1 against Langsburg and have the slogan of commit.
We want to commit to our Lord first and foremost, but in a team standpoint, we want to commit to our team, commit to every play, commit to our person, our player, commit to just working hard and giving it our all.
We want to take this time to thank our sponsors once again for this upcoming high school football season. Our title sponsor, Isabella Bank. Game of the Week sponsor, Flint Bishop Airport. Our Play of the Night sponsor, Hurley Medical Center. And our kickoff forecast sponsor, Graph Bay City. We appreciate you and cannot wait to bring you all the action this season on Friday Night Lights. Well, sticking with the Tri-Valley, they've been one of the top teams in the area, and they don't plan on changing anytime soon. Let's zone in on Frankenmuth. This year, the Eagles are getting to work in hopes of making it back to Ford Field for the 4th time in the last 6 seasons. Frankenmuth is coming off of a 13-1 season where they once again went undefeated in conference play. In fact, the Eagles haven't lost a TVC game since September 19 of 2014. Frankenmuth understands they'll get everyone's best shot and look forward to the challenge this season.
We don't talk about those things, so I don't know that pressure is one of the things. I think the will to work, the will to succeed is always there for our kids here at Frankenmuth, and this group's no different.
We might not be as strong as the other teams, but we're really fast. We can get around the edge really quick. Our line is super fast. I've never seen a faster line than this. Like last year we had Derek and all those big guys, but now we got fast. Another one is, I think we're really close together. I mean, the juniors and seniors, we're really close. We've been playing since we've been 5. And the sophomores, some coming up, they've been rolling in too.
Now let's focus on Freeland, and let me tell you, the Falcons are a scary team this season. Last year, the team went 9-2, and those 2 losses were a combined 7 points to Frankenmuth and Goodrich. In 2025, Freeland has 27 seniors under Kevin Townsend, who enters his 20th year. The Falcons hinted at trying a few new things on offense with the talent they have on the outside.
We're still going to run the ball. I mean, I think everybody does that. I think if we come out and we're throwing 35 times a game, we're probably losing, right? But when you have a kid like Xander Wheatley and Wilson Huckabee at 6'4" and 6'5" receivers, you have a quarterback that can run, and you have a pretty nice offensive line. We've got like a 3-headed monster of little bulldozers in the back, and Carson Worth is a kid that can take the top off with his speed. So just trying to utilize our weapons to our best ability.
Over to Swan Valley, where although they lost their starting quarterback, the Vikings returned 5 players. They'll be 3-year starters. On top of that, Swan Valley will have 17 seniors on the squad. The Vikings won 6 straight games to end the regular season before falling to Belding in the playoffs. Swan Valley's veteran group wants to emphasize to the younger classes that every rep matters leading into game 1.
Definitely overlooked, I feel right now. I feel like people aren't expecting what we got coming for them, so we're thinking we're going to surprise a lot of teams. I like to play with a chip on my shoulder because we're always overlooked because we're like a D5 school. We're like a smaller school, so like we're definitely coming for blood this year.
Our conference is about as tough as it gets, and when you're talking Division 4 or 5 schools, and then to throw Croswell Lexington in there as our week 1 opener, it's not easy. If you really love this game in football, motivation isn't needed knowing what's out there. It's just knowing who's next, and that's what we're excited about.
Well, sticking with the TVC, let's zone in on the Alma Panthers, who are taking the first step under a brand new head coach with plenty of ties to the community. After finishing 1-8 last season, there's a brand new era beginning for Panthers football as Alma hired Mike Allison as their new head coach. He played football at Alma College and has became an assistant later on, coaching for both the Scots and Northwood. Allison is excited to be back in Alma and says the goal with this Panthers squad is to build the foundation of their new culture.
A lot of work has gone into the team, like, you know, collectively, like morning lifts. I mean, like going through some bit of hell with your guys, like you make bonds you'll have for the rest of my life, and it was just amazing, and I'm excited to see where it brings us.
These guys have just been outstanding with just their effort and buying in and kind of trusting in what we're doing without having a whole lot of time to trust. So I couldn't ask for just their attitudes this summer, and yeah, definitely an exciting day.
I think everybody liked him like right off the bat. Like he's just a really good guy, and you can definitely tell he's got a lot of good things coming to this program.
Well, now to John Glenn, who are coming off of a season where they finished 5-5 overall and made it to the postseason for the first time since 2020. The team said they learned a lot from that playoff trip, and now the new standard is getting there every year. John Glenn has an experienced group this season with 18 starters returning, 10 on offense and 8 on defense. Entering his 5th year as the Bobcats head coach, John Horton says the expectations have grown, and they want to show everyone that John Glenn is ready to compete.
We feel hype. We're good. This is like a new John Glenn. We've never had this bonding that we had in the past, and we're all just like kind of connected, and we're all ready to play together.
Really great because we have all of our starting offensive line, and we have a whole bunch of amazing class of 2027 skilled players. So we're really good this year.
This is the first year that we haven't been young. Like we've been young for so long. We're still mostly juniors. The seniors are the first group that's gone all the way through with me. So it's super exciting for everybody. Like it feels like we're in week 7, day 1.
Now to Garber, where they went 4-5 last season and missed the playoffs, but the Dukes ended on a high note. After starting 1-5, Garber won their final 3 games. The Dukes will look to keep that momentum going in 2025 as they enter their 2nd season under head coach Dave Matthews. The team feels they understand the expectations Coach Matthews has for them, and they can't wait to represent their community.
Exciting. I mean, I look forward to it all year, playing on Friday nights in front of the community, and my senior year, so I'm going to make the best of it.
We were 1-5, and our kids kept fighting, and we won our last 3 games. You know, anytime a new coach comes in, there's a lot of new instill on both sides of the ball, different ways of doing things. Took us a minute to adjust, but our kids kept fighting hard.
Over now to Hemlock, where the foundation is being built under 2nd-year head coach Jamie Slate. He said this offseason alone, they've had over 2,000 weight room attendances, which he takes as the players responding positively to their messages. The Huskies have 8 seniors on their squad this year, and they're focused on improving themselves each practice. Hemlock hopes that their hard work will have positive results when games begin.
All the guys on the field seem like they want to be here, you know. They want to put in 110% effort to prove that we're better than last year, and I feel like we do have a big chip on our shoulder coming out of 2-7 last year.
We're not talking about results. We're not talking about opponents. We're talking about us. What can we control? And we can always control effort. I want effort. I want guys flying around like their hair's on fire. I want guys being crazy men on the football field. That's what we're looking for, effort and attitude.
Now let's move over to the Flint Metro League. First up on the list is the defending 3-time Stripes Division champions, the Fenton Tigers. The Tigers wrapped up last year with a 7-3 record as their season came to an end to their rival, Linden. Fenton has plenty of starters back this season with 10 returning on offense and 8 on defense. And with 18 seniors on this year's team, the Tigers will be looking to use all their experience to push them to the next level.
The senior class, we all have a lot of experience. A lot of us started last year, both sides of the ball. And I feel like that's really what's going to help us this year to make a deep run and, be a lot better than we were last year.
We have like a lot of returners in every position, so I mean we can coach all of the underclassmen from like depth, so we're just like building a lot of good athletes.
We got a lot of returning, a lot of experience, but you still got to go out and play, right? We've been good in our shorts, but that doesn't win football games.
Next, we'll move a town over to Lake Fenton. The Blue Devils finished last season with a 6-4 record where they would suffer a first-round exit in the playoffs to Freeland. In the past 2 seasons, Lake Fenton has lost back-to-back games to Corunna, Goodrich, and Freeland. With 6 starters returning on both sides of the ball and a lot more experience on sideline this season, the team is looking to get as tough as the top teams in the area.
We're going to be physical. I don't know as if we've been that the last few years. Matter of fact, I can tell you we have not. Like I say, I hate keep bringing up Goodrich and Freeland, but they are physical, nasty teams, and that's what we have to match. And that's the standard this year.
It just makes you want to give them that much more, get one more shot. You know what they play like now, so, we got to step up physicality a little bit when we play them. They're more physical teams, so that's our goal this year, step up physicality and meet them at the line of scrimmage.
Over now to Linden, where the Eagles finished 5-6 last season with a huge playoff revenge win over their Metro League rivals Fenton before falling to Mason in the district final. Linden returned some experience with 6 offensive and 5 defensive players back for 2025. And along with that experience, the Eagles feel that they have a lot of depth, especially with their receivers and linebackers. Linden has attacked their practices and feel that they have what it takes to compete with the best this season.
We go super deep in every position, really, so we've just been working on building bonds within the team, and then we've been priding ourselves on this saying called BTW, which is just beating their will, so we're just bringing it every game.
Just playing fast and physical, I think if we stay healthy and we do our job, I think you're going to see a team that can play really, really fast, that plays physical, it's confident in what they're supposed to do, it lays it out there on the field, and whatever the results are after that is what they are.
Next, we have Corunna, who is coming off an 8-3 record last season, which came to an end in the district championship. There's a new man in charge this season with former Cavalier alum and defensive coordinator Jason Beldiga taking over as head coach. With him, he's bringing new looks on both the offense and defense. While the Cavs are looking to have another great season, they believe their success off the field will lead to wins on game day.
Obviously, you always want to contend for a league championship, but truly, we wholeheartedly believe the better the person, the better the player. So our focus in the offseason, our focus in the in-season is going to be being a better person, being better in the weight room, being better in the classroom, being better in film study, being better at practice. And we truly believe that when we do those things, that we'll have long-term success.
It just reminds me that I got to be my best every day to show all the younger people that are looking up to me what it takes and what you have to do to be a good player.
Over to Flushing, where the Raiders had their first winning season since 2018. In 2024, they went 7-3, but Flushing graduated 24 seniors from that squad. The Raiders feel they have built a winning culture as they enter year 3 under head coach Austin Cook. This Flushing squad features 12 seniors, and the team knows what will lead them to success.
3 really simple team rules: show up, work hard, support your teammates. And if they do that consistently, we're going to be just fine. And so what we have is a group of guys that have invested in our process and what we do. It doesn't start, last week. It starts in the winter. It starts with off-season workouts. It starts with team meetings and all of the little things that we do in between.
I want to take this time to thank our sponsors once again for this upcoming high school football season. Title sponsor, Isabella Bank. Game of the week sponsor, Flint Bishop Airport. Play of the night sponsor, Hurley Medical Center. And our kickoff forecast sponsor, Graff Bay City. We appreciate you and cannot wait to bring you all the action on Friday Night Lights.
Now let's transition over to chesting, where the back-to-back Mid-Michigan Activities Conference champions look to build around their young players this season, with only 3 starters returning on both offense and defense. It was a perfect regular season for chesting a year ago, going 9-0, but they would suffer a shocking loss in the first round of the playoffs. The returning players are using that painful loss as motivation to get ready for this season.
Definitely hurts, so it helps drive us to look forward to what we can be and what we can work on and improve. So definitely looking forward to hopefully getting back there and being able to improve and get better and go further this season.
I think everyone just wants it more now. We seen what we could do last year, and obviously the sad loss in the playoffs, but I think it just fueled us even more.
Now to Birch Run, where the Panthers say their numbers are up from last season. Birch Run will have a freshman team for the first time in quite a while and return a veteran group to the varsity squad. In their first season in the MMAC, the Panthers went 4-5 overall. The team brought in Coach Justin Price from Chesaning, and with just under 20 seniors on the roster this season, Birch Run has some high expectations.
We're light years ahead of where we've been the last few years. So we're very excited with the progress with the offense, and we haven't changed too much. We brought in some new coaches, so that's brought in some excitement to our program, and just their work in the summer has allowed us to have that excitement.
Well, after a long stretch of dominant seasons, the New Lothrop Hornets finished last year 3-6, which was their first losing record since 1998. Now, New Lothrop comes into 2025 with a bad taste in their mouths and are eager to show everyone that the Hornets are back with a vengeance. This year's squad is extremely young, with just 5 returning seniors after graduating 12 last season. Now, their goal is to learn every week and get New Lothrop back to their winning ways.
Our coaches always say you learn more from a loss than you do from a win. So we learned a lot last year, how to finish those close games out. There was a lot of games where it was like 1-score game, and yeah, we definitely got to finish stronger.
We're feeling pumped up. A lot of our division is doubting us a lot from last year. So we're ready to come back and prove who we really are.
Being as young as we are, I think you're going to notice big improvement each week, just because they got so much room for growth there. So, we're going to take it week by week, but like I said, I think we're going to be a totally different team at the end of the season than we are right now.
Let's jump over to the Jack Pine Conference to shed some light on Clare. The Pioneers are coming off of a season where they went 7-3 overall with a first-round playoff exit to Ogemaw Heights. Clare hasn't had a losing record since 2005, and the Pioneers haven't missed the playoffs since 2015. This team understands the legacy they follow and want to uphold the standards. Clare hasn't won a postseason game, though, since 2021, and the Pioneers hope to change that to make their school proud.
Feels great to come in every single year knowing you're playing for a program that has the standards and the culture that Clare does, and we're just really excited to keep building on that.
Tradition is a huge part of our program. I mean, we wear tradition never graduates on our wrist, and that means a lot to us. So we understand that there's a legacy to uphold and expectations to uphold, and with that comes a lot of responsibility and a lot of work, and the guys every year decide, all right, I don't want to be the one to let that slip, and that's something that we pride ourselves on.
Now over to Gladwin, who finished the 2024 season with an 8-4 overall record, winning a district title over Ogemaw Heights before falling in the regional final to Frankenmuth. After losing a majority of their seniors a year ago, the Flying G's will have several underclassmen playing major roles this season. In a tough conference like the Jack Pine that had 4 teams that were top 10 in the state in their divisions, Gladwin knows they're in for a battle this season.
With this conference, it's awesome to play in because it's so competitive every week. You know you're going to have a matchup. It's kind of like the old NFC North or like the black and blue division where every game is a slugfest and you got to buckle them up tight and make sure you're ready to go.
It's an amazing conference. We got some great teams all around, but it's nothing we haven't played with before, and I feel like we just need to polish up some stuff and we'll be set against anybody in the Jack Pine.
And last but not least is Standish Sterling, who finished last year with a 7-4 overall record as their season would come to an end with a loss in the district final. Standish Sterling has 10 seniors leading a younger group into the season, with only 2 starters returning on both sides of the ball from last year. With 17 players graduated last season, the Panthers still believe they can compete in the Jack Pine Conference and prove their doubters wrong.
We've all been in the gym. We're pretty upset with the result last year, so everybody's committed and working hard. We want to get back get back where we were in the playoffs and build on what we had last year. Everybody thinks we're going to lose, so we're going to turn a lot of heads.
We gotta push that extra 110% every practice and just be here ready to go every day. We're just going to come and play and hopefully be better than last year.
Phew, 35 previews of local squads, and here's our game of the week for tomorrow night, and boy, is it a dandy. Frankenmuth going on the road to take on Goodrich. Both of these teams were in the state finals games last year. What do we think of this matchup, fellas?
I mean, right now, if you go back to last year, Goodrich's only blip on their season was a shutout loss to Frankenmuth, and Goodrich is looking for revenge. I know that for sure.
And you say a couple years ago, too, we had the game at Big House here between these two. It came down to the very end between these two teams. And again, expecting another great game coming up here tomorrow night. Can't wait to see what that result's going to look like and see what the crowd's going to be like in Goodrich as well.
We'll be live at 5 and 6 o'clock, so make sure you tune in to WNEM. Now, in addition to our game of the week, here's the full slate of games that we're planning on getting to. Certainly some fun matchups in week 1. Freeland at Saginaw United, Chesting at Standish Sterling. You can throw them all up. Austin, which game are you looking at there?
I mean, there's so many great games to look forward to. It's just exciting to be back. Definitely, though, Millington at Reese is a good one, and Freeland at Saginaw United. That one would also be a fun one to watch.
Say Mount Pleasant versus Heritage. I think that'd be a great game to get to. And Chesting at Standish Sterling should be interesting as well, seeing what those two teams will be able to put up in that game.
I'm just glad that football is back. Thanks, fellas. Well, that'll do it for our Friday Night Lights preview show. Thank you so much for watching us. We'll see you tomorrow night for our Week 1 highlight.